Joey, you got better looking.
Oh, you said I got better looking.
Hey, how are you, Troy?
Good. How about you?
Her voice is recovering, by the way. Jackie's been without a voice the last couple of days, so she's making it. She's been a week today, she said.
Voices are kind of important in radio.
Right? She's had a deeper voice than I have this whole week on the show.
We'll just call that husky.
That's what I would usually go with. Yeah, no, right now I just yelled. I was like, Jackie, come stand in front of the camera. She's all, why? I was like, just stand there.
I don't
you'll
get
understand
it.
later. Welcome, everybody, to See It Comic Weekly, where we get to nerd out for the next half hour with you guys. Of course, joining us, the one who knocks. Yes, you got Troy with us, joining us. It's been a while, man. What's been going on with you?
Oh man, like I said, I'm still trying to recover from being gone for that 2 weeks. It was paperwork just kept stacking up. Nobody did it for me.
I know. By the way, Troy was giving me some advice. He's like, hey, by the way, whenever you're working and you just happen to stop to work he's like, that's a business lunch right there. You expense that bad boy. I'm like, oh, I need to learn the ways.
Yeah, you conducted business, and it's a business lunch then.
I need to learn. I'm telling you, I'm new to this whole management thing. So I need to learn how to be able to say, you know what? I happen to stop at a burger joint in Arizona while I'm answering the phone. This is a work lunch.
You start planning your stuff around that so you can write it off.
Okay. See, must see if I can even get them gas receipts to cover too. Let's see how I can get that worked out too. But yeah, gone for 2 weeks. It seems like it's been forever because there's been a lot going on over the last couple of weeks. I mean, there's just so much for us to break down. But where do we start with this adventure? I mean, I don't know, from the announcement yesterday, or was it day before yesterday, of Deadpool 3, or where do we go?
In perfect Ryan Reynolds fashion too, how they announced it.
Man, I mean, for those that haven't seen it yet, yes, there will be a Deadpool 3. It has been confirmed. I really thought this was an Aviator gin, because that's his gin brand. Yeah. I thought it was a commercial for that. I didn't think it was for Deadpool.
Well, the big announcement is who's going to be in it with him.
Yeah. See, I'm like, man, he's really paying his friends to really ride this gin commercial. And then I'm like, and this just goes to show you, Troy, I skipped it. So he's doing this, and I'm like, oh, he's either, promoting his cell phone company or his TV show, or, because he's got so much going on. And I kind of gave up hope on it. He's never going to announce this Deadpool thing until I saw a reaction video on TikTok that they said, this is not a drill. This is not a drill.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That was they made a couple different commercials promoting it with him, and I guess we can say, since it let the cat bat out of the bag, Hugh Jackman. I know
Hugh Jackman is he's back as Wolverine, and we thought we would never get him back as Wolverine again.
Yeah, I mean he is getting up there. He's in his 50s now, I think, and he's had a couple bouts with cancer. So
he looks great though, man. He looked buff, and I was just like, wait, yeah, he's ready to go right now as Wolverine.
Yeah, I mean, compared to us, yeah, I mean, he's in great shape.
I know. I look like I'm all scrungy. I'm like that, and I was like, oh, that's just a Tuesday for him. And
I get out of breath just walking to the fridge.
You only knew how much effort it took me to yell, Jackie, come over here.
Then you had to stop and rest.
I'm taking lunch after this podcast, just so you know.
Taking a nap.
2024 Deadpool 3 will be dropping, which is definitely going to be exciting. Troy, break it down for everybody, because I know people are just like, oh, no, but Deadpool and Wolverine, they actually are tied together, not just the little X-Men movie we saw back in 2009.
Yeah, they're both part of that Weapon X program. This will bring Deadpool. I guess it brings him formally into the MCU now.
Yeah, it does.
It's going to be set, of course, before Logan. Logan, I think, was set in 2029, and this is going to be before that, because Logan. Spoilers: he dies at the end of that movie.
Guys, the movie came out like 7 years ago. I mean, there's really no spoilers at this point.
And did you watch that one in the theaters?
I did watch that one in the theaters.
Did people go crazy when they announced the Juarez, where he was sitting out? Juarez?
Yeah. Oh man, especially watching it here, it was like, I can't recall. I think we watched it here. I don't think we watched it in El Paso, but it's just so funny because you're just like, wait, so.
Oh, yeah.
I think I know somebody that's in the scene. No, it's not.
No, you don't. They didn't film it there.
It wasn't filmed there, guys. As much as it's like cool. I mean, and that's another thing. When you get a lot of these shows that they say that they're filmed like out here, like Albuquerque or Las Cruces or whatever. Sometimes it may not necessarily be here.
They just used our name.
Yeah, that's all they did. That's all. We were just good for the name. That's it. 2024 Deadpool 3 comes out, which means from what we saw at Comic-Con earlier in the year, there's going to be a few more Marvel surprises I think we're going to be in for. I mean, yes, they lay out their phase 4 and phase 5 and even some phase 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But they can still surprise us.
Yeah, Marvel's got they're using Google Maps while DC is using, they still have the fold up paper stuff. They're all over the place.
They're using Ask Jeeves.
Oh wow, you went way back.
Oh, for those that watch this and they're like, "What the heck is Ask Jeeves?"
Alta Vista. What?
Yeah. Oh my god. Ask your parents, okay, kids.
Yeah.
Ask your parents what Ask Jeeves is, okay. So, but no, man, you're right because Marvel still keeps dropping, and I'll say this: I think that announcement overshadows anything that they're trying to promote with Black Adam.
Yeah, I mean, Deadpool and Wolverine, that's arguably two of the more popular characters in Marvel, and everybody has been clamoring to have them together in a movie anyway. Yeah. And Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman work so well together. I can't wait to see how this is going to be.
I mean, it's going to be everything that we want. I hope. I mean, I don't want to put too much on it, but then again, Deadpool 2, I mean, you can tell just even watching that movie, he says it's not going to be that. He like threw out the expectation to where then it surpassed our expectation because like sequels never work, and then they end up working. So
set the bar low so your goals are easily attainable.
I mean, that's the Ryan Reynolds way, and it works for no one else but him. So yeah. And then shifting gears, since we're still on Marvel, have you been able to keep up with SheHulk?
I haven't watched the newest one, but I'm all the way up to that. I haven't seen the one that came out yesterday. Still catch up on paperwork, but all the rest of them I have seen, and I'm liking them.
Yeah, I'm 2 episodes in. One thing I will say, and I know you talked about this a couple of times already, is the people give it grief about the graphics, the CGI. I mean, we're not going to get the big budgets like we do in the Marvel movies. I mean, it is going to be a little bit less quality, but it's not bad. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we have ugly Sonic on there.
Yeah, that's true.
She does look passable. I mean, it's not so bad that it takes me out of the story. It's passable CGI. We'll put it that way.
I mean, it's for a TV show. I mean, I think you guys will be good. And then I know we didn't get a chance to talk about this 2 weeks ago, but everybody talking about Megan Thee Stallion making an appearance. I mean, it was so funny to see everybody kind of lose their minds over like they were twerking, and I'm like, guys, it's a TV show.
Yeah, well, SheHulk has always been kind of that way. She's closer to Deadpool than she is to the Hulk. So
yeah. So I mean, it looks great so far. I'm enjoying it. I gotta say though, I've really been slacking on my Disney Plus Marvel series.
Yeah. Like I said, I haven't seen the newest one. I've been reading about it, and it sounds pretty good. It seems like MCU Phase 4, everything is going through Wong.
Mm-hmm.
Wong, the Wonger, is going to be the man in MCU Phase 4.
Yeah. No, and we need more of him. So I'm okay with it. It's great.
Yeah, that episode with him and that rogue magician, that's probably one of my favorite MCU episodes of any series.
Oh man. So you know what though, but he just fits in so well with any little moment. So, and even whenever he appears, whether he's appearing on a movie, a TV show, because we do get these sporadic moments of him. It's like almost like it's lighthearted, but it's great. I think it's just that great continuation for whatever they're gonna have in the next couple of phases.
Yeah, his deadpan delivery is just it's perfect.
I feel bad. I think that's going to be the one role he's never going to be able to break. He can be in a rom-com, and we're just going to keep thinking of his character. It's like, I'm waiting for you to do this, man.
Yeah, he'll probably be upset until that residual check comes.
Oh right. Yeah. He's like, "Oh, I'm mad. Oh, wait. No, I'm not. I'm okay."
Oh, oh, look at that.
Also on Disney Plus, I was just going through my app. It's been a while since I've been on the app. So of course we got Andor that is out.
Yes.
That is
Yeah.
out. That's actually getting some really good reviews right now.
Yeah, I was kind of skeptical. They dropped the first 3 episodes, and I didn't like the Cassian Andor character in Rogue One that much.
Mhm.
And I still really don't like the character that much, but the storytelling behind this series is just top notch, man. It's really
Yeah.
good.
One of the things that I mentioned a few episodes ago is for those that are not familiar with this storyline, Disney Plus actually has like I guess you can't call it a recap, but more like lays the groundwork for like where this is going to take place, what's going to happen, and just kind of prepares you for it because some people may not know, the story of Andor and where it fits into Star Wars.
Yeah, well, he was one of the ones that helped steal the Death Star plans.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty pivotal moment in Star Wars history.
Yeah. So
Um, and it's a series that's doing well without the Force. There's nothing about the Force in it whatsoever.
And you said that. You're like, "How are they gonna do that without the Force?"
Yeah, I mean, I think the Han Solo movie they didn't really have any in there, but well, no, they did because Red Dawn was in it at
Mhm.
the end, so you did have the Sith. Yeah, but Andor, I don't believe there's any Force users whatsoever.
Yeah,
So
so I just I think great expectations for this. We'll definitely get a second season. I can already tell just with the reviews and everything, there will be another season of Andor. Another season to look forward to, Mandalorian getting another season.
yes,
That's amazing.
yeah, I'm supposedly Moff Gideon, Giancarlo Esposito is going to be in this season also. So I don't know where they're going to go with this. He's got Grogu back, and he's got the dark saber. So was he going to try to prove himself to so he can join his little Mandalorian clan again, or is he going to
Yeah.
join the other Mandalorians?
And that's what I was wondering because, he did reveal his face. So that was the big issue that, Mandalorians, for those that don't know you, they never reveal their faces. You're
Well, just
never
that clan. It's just that
Yeah,
clan of the Mandalorians. Even the rest of them said no. Those guys are wackos.
yeah. So I don't know what that means moving forward, but and I'm sure for most of those other fans out there that are like, "Oh, I just want to see baby Yoda," which his name is Grogu. They'll be excited to see that they'll be back on TV next year. I believe is it early next year that we get it, or is it another 2024 series we
I
gotta wait?
think it's sometime in 2023, and they've
Okay.
they've been floating rumors about who saved Grogu. They're talking might been Mace Windu after he got tossed out the window. That he knew what was going on and ran over to the temple, and Grogu was one of the ones he saved.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that one. So
Yeah, well, they're trying to work Sam Jackson back in. So
yeah, I mean, you gotta figure out a place for him to get in there. So yeah, Andor's got their season going on right now. You got the Mandalorian that's gonna be coming out. And then for those, because I know Halloween is around the corner, Disney Plus has Hocus Pocus 2 that comes out tomorrow.
yes. Oh, is that tomorrow?
Yes,
Yeah.
tomorrow.
I hope I hope that it's as good as the first. The first one, I mean, cinematically, everything. It wasn't a great movie, not a great story, but man, it's such a cult classic. Everybody loves that thing.
I have to tell you, tomorrow, my day is based, and this isn't because of me.
Of course
So
not.
my
No.
wife has told me, she was like, "We need to get to, we're gonna go see my mother-in-law this weekend." And she was like, "We need to get to her house by this time so we can all watch the movie." And I'm like, "Wait." So, like, she's like, "You need to hurry up and finish your work." She's like, "Whatever you're doing at work, so that way we can head out, so that way we can." And I was like, okay." I've never seen her so excited for that. And keep in mind, I mean, I'm not saying it's not exciting. It's a Disney Channel movie from back in the day. I remember the Disney Channel movies. They were
Mhm.
great. My wife is so excited that she's bought the T-shirts, she's got the mugs. So they got her hooked. So I was like, I gotta at least mention Hocus Pocus 2 today, so that way she knows that I talked about it for her.
What's the over under for how many costumes we're going to see from that movie?
Oh my gosh.
We're going to see a ton of
No,
Sanderson sisters out there.
oh yeah. No, yeah. I think that becomes the one of the top costumes for 2020, if
It
not
has to
next
be.
year. So I think
Here's a question: which sister is her favorite?
Oh, I gotta ask her that. Man, don't be asking me these questions, man. You'll get me in trouble. I would say the Sarah Jessica Parker one, and she's gonna be like, "No, not that one." So it's like, yeah.
That's what I told him. You didn't like that one.
I think I said you didn't like that one. No, it's amazing though because I think this is, and it's one of these things where it's this reboot that's a nostalgia for a lot of us when we were a lot younger to now see it being brought back, and we hope that it's great. We hope for a good movie.
I mean, the original was how many years ago? It's been a while. I was young.
It's I want to say early 90s.
I think you might be right. And
Oh, it's
I'm just happy that the original actors are still around.
all right. Here it is. Hocus Pocus originally was released in 1993.
Oof.
Oh yeah, oof is right.
Yes. Howie.
Yeah, Sarah Jessica Parker looks great though. I
Yeah.
mean, she still looks great. I mean, I just it's gonna be amazing. But yeah, Hocus Pocus, it's tomorrow will be the official release date. I mean, we're
Well,
already getting into spooky season.
yeah, there's another one I got to put on the list. Disney Plus.
See? Keep taking my money, Disney Plus.
Yeah.
You mentioned costumes, and we think that that's gonna be one of the top costumes. I actually have right here. What is the top costume for 2022? Can you guess what it's gonna be?
Oh, 22. What came out? Top Gun, maybe? A lot of people going to be pilots.
Nope. That's a good one, though. That's a really good one.
Yeah. It's a simple one, too. You just put on a jumpsuit and some sunglasses.
I think you may have just given me my costume for 2022. Thank you.
There you go.
I'll say, hey, I did that one year for Ghostbusters. Just literally just threw on one of those jumpsuits and put
Yeah.
a name patch, and I was good to go. Just like the real thing. But no, according to this list, they're saying the popular costume for 2022 is Squid Game.
I forgot that they are making a second one.
Yeah,
So, but
and the jumpsuit from Squid Games is the popular costume for 2022.
I would figure that the first one was so long ago that it was already faded, and that other one hasn't, been announced really a date yet. So
Yeah,
that's what they're projecting.
yeah, saying that's the number one costume, and then followed by this one's no shocker, Harley Quinn.
She's a perennial. Yeah, everybody loves Harley.
And then, of course, on the list, you also have the Supermans, the Batmans, Spider-Mans, Power Rangers, as well as Spider-Man's making the list. So a lot of Marvel, DC. You got the superhero characters, but Squid Game is
Yeah, well,
on
any of
the
those
list.
costumes that involve spandex, I'm not going to be wearing them.
Yeah, unfortunately, I had to retire the Spider-Man costume
Yeah,
because of legal purposes.
that that fabric only stretches so far, man.
No, I mean, when you hear the fabric going, stop it, leave
Yeah.
me.
Ow!
Peter Parker was not this hefty. What are we
Peter
doing?
Porker.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so yeah, Squid Games. And I think it's funny because I mean, and they at the right time, then all of a sudden you see that season 2 is coming for Squid Games.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it being popular, but being the most popular in 2022,
Yeah.
I'm throwing the flag on that one. I don't believe that.
Yeah. I do like your take though. I think Top Gun would have been number 1. That just seems appropriate.
Yeah, get you a little cheap helmet and write Maverick on the side.
I actually had this idea for my son and I to do Jurassic World. He was gonna dress up as what's his name? Oh my god, Chris Pratt's character. He was gonna be
Owen.
and I was gonna dress up as the raptor. And then that way, because he does this a lot, he reaches for my face. And so that way we can reenact that.
You were going to be blue.
Yeah, I was gonna be blue and see how that works out. But I don't know if he'll go for it. He might freak him out that his dad is dressed up as a raptor. So don't want to scare him on his first one.
Especially if you put that much effort into it, then you can't wear it because it scares him.
I know, right? And then it's like he's gonna fall asleep by 8 o'clock, so we're not even gonna really
I don't
do
care if
anything.
he's crying. I'm wearing it anyway.
I know. It's like the costume doesn't make sense, okay? I was like, I'm just a raptor by myself.
Oh,
Oh my
geez.
god. So I put together this list of what to watch. So going through some of our favorite streams. You know, you got your HBO Max, your Paramount Pluses, your Peacocks, you got everything. I mean, what else is there? Tubi and
HBO Max.
HBO Max. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. So we'll start off with HBO Max. And just looking this morning, I didn't realize DC Super Pets is now streaming on HBO Max. I don't even know when that happened, but
it was quiet. We watched it the other night, and I didn't realize how many big names are in there doing voices.
yeah,
You got
Kevin
John
Hart
Krasinski.
everybody to do it.
Yeah, everybody. Keanu Reeves was Batman. I mean,
oh wait, he was?
Yeah. Jamil. Just look at the Kevin Hart. I mean, just look at the list. The first like 6 or 7 people are just huge names. And it's a good kids movie. I mean, it's not one that I would watch again, but I'm not upset that I did watch it.
Yeah. When this is one that we had said whenever it came out, whenever it hit theaters, it's like if it was on the stream, we would watch it. If it's
right,
I'm going to the theaters, probably not.
Yeah, it wasn't worth a tub of popcorn.
Another movie that you actually saw, and if I'm not mistaken, you wore your tuxedo to this movie, Minions: Rise of Gru. It's on Peacock. It came out last week. And so, yeah, that one's out there. And then, like I mentioned earlier, Hocus Pocus 2 on Disney Plus for people to go and enjoy.
Yeah, I don't own a tux. But
I
did watch the Minions in the theater. Yeah, it was a typical Minions movie.
Yeah. So
it wasn't bad.
We watched it the other day. It was on Peacock. There was nothing else that was on TV that day. And so I was like, oh, we'll watch it. My son loved it. He was like, okay. I was like, can you understand them? Because they're gibbering and
they're speaking your language.
I was like, bro, I think you're having a full conversation with them. So, oh man. And then a show that's been on Netflix, and we haven't had a chance to break this down with the break that we've had. Cobra Kai season 5. Did you finish the season?
Yeah, I watched it on my plane flight over to Ireland, and wow, have you seen it yet?
I'm 3 episodes in. I had plans to binge watch it. It has been everything that I think that we needed for this season. And I mean, at this point, I mean, I think we're okay giving spoilers. I mean, I still got to watch it for myself. But obviously they're going in the direction, because it was also announced there is going to be another Karate Kid movie.
Yeah, but I think they said they weren't going to use the actors from the series. It's going to be a standalone. Yeah, they said it was going to be standalone.
Okay.
Which I was like, that's dumb. Why would you? I don't know.
That's what they do. But Cobra Kai season 5, thoughts. Season 5 give us everything that we needed.
I liked it. I hate that I enjoy it so much, but man, I just can't get enough of it. It's one of those guilty pleasures. It's not like it's a great story, or I mean, you pretty much know exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, but I still want to see it.
It's that nostalgia, man. I tell you, just because if you guys remember, and we've mentioned this several times when it comes to this show was a YouTube Red, like,
yeah,
it was on a streamer that I think YouTube Red no longer exists. Nobody cared about this until the minute it moved to Netflix. Then boom, it just exploded. I'm surprised this isn't going to be the #1 costume for Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's an easy costume also. You just get a cheap gi, a robe,
and you'll be good. See?
The markers right on the back.
So, I mean, from the first 3 episodes that I've seen, obviously we know where we're going with this, and Daniel's son and just everybody's story. I like what we've seen so far, what I've seen so far, but I think overall it was from what people are saying, it's a great season.
Yeah, you have to suspend belief when you watch it, because honestly, LaRusso would have been arrested a long time ago.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, what man in his what would he be, 50?
Yeah, he has to be.
I mean, you're going around there fighting kids.
Yeah, well, and then Johnny's always driving drunk everywhere he goes.
At some point, nobody's thought to pull over the van that has an eagle that is spray painted on the side. Like, come on, man. If something happens here, if you saw me driving around in a vehicle with a bird spray painted on the side. You mean to tell me that that wouldn't be all over the internet for people to know about in town?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
everybody would know what the heck is going on with that, but with him, it's like, okay, that's just Johnny being Johnny.
Yeah, he's way too worried about all the kids in the valley
Yeah,
turning bad.
it's like, you know, and I thought about this too. I was like, so is karate like the only thing going on? Like, there's no baseball, there's no soccer, basketball, summer league.
You never hear about the All Valley Basketball League.
No, it's karate, and I'm like, really? Like, is there
In
no like?
California, that's the thing.
I guess so. I'm like, there's no like, you know, they don't ever like pick up a soccer ball or something or do something like, but okay, but yeah, but it is for what it is, guys. I mean, we definitely know what we're in for, and I'm sure we'll still get more seasons. Something did get brought up though in an interview is at one point, when do they know to kind of call it quits? Because these kids are getting older. The storyline, you know, they're seniors. At one point, when did they say, okay, we need to maybe start figuring out a way to wrap this up?
Yeah, and when it stops making money, they're going to
Yeah,
keep doing it until it makes. They still got a couple of the old characters they haven't brought in because we mentioned this last time with what's her name. We had to
Julie,
look
I
up.
remember. Yeah, I remember her
Yeah, we had to
name.
look up last time too.
Yeah,
The $1 Million Baby. Yeah, she was. I had forgotten she was. She's one of the ones they haven't pulled in for that nostalgia yet. We've seen all the rest of them. We've had Chosen. We've this season we get Matt Barnes. I don't know how far in you are to it, but all these old characters they keep pulling back in. Even Daniel's old girlfriend they pull back in.
yeah.
So I'm waiting to see her pop up next season.
Yeah, and I mean, as much as and you know what? Although I will say this is pointed out, is us. I mean, we may not remember the movies that. I mean, I have to go back and watch the other Karate Kid movies because they like bring some characters back, and I'm like, okay. Until they did those flashbacks, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, now I know. But I mean, I think until they, bring in, I'm wondering if they'll bring in Jaden Smith because he was a Karate Kid. I mean, I'm
Oh,
wondering. I mean, it's gonna happen, I think, but there's just so much that they could still bring to that storyline that I think it's getting away from the kids being the karate aspect of it, and we have the adults playing Karate Kid still.
that's really what it is this season. You don't see a lot of the kids fighting. It's the adults. Daniel's going around sticking his nose where it doesn't belong and causing
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah, I mean, it's like he's like, "Hey, man, I'm still the Karate Kid." It's like he's like, "I am not letting go with this title just yet.
I'm two-time All Valley winner.
I'm gonna compete
Yes,
again
Daniel,
next year."
no. But
He's
this is a
like,
Wendy's, sir. What would you like to order?
"Oh my gosh." Before we get out of here, let's talk about the Avatar sequel. Obviously, they're doing a big push for Avatar going back into the theaters for a bit, getting people hyped up because they are working on the Avatar sequel. Are we over
Sequels.
Avatar?
No, it's sequels. I think they filmed the next 3.
Yeah,
So
that's right, huh?
I think they're going to pop them out once a year the next 3 years. Yeah, they're pushing it back into theaters. Some of that is to pull some hype for it, and others is they want to take over that box office record from Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, obviously.
So two birds, one stone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously gonna watch the movie again once we start to find out when these sequels come back. But I mean, we're talking about a movie that came out in 2009, 2010. Here we are 12 years later, and we knew this. I think it was no surprise. We knew that these sequels were gonna come out 10, 12 years later. So, I mean, I guess it's gonna be I see a difficult battle for them to say, "Hey, here's these sequels. I hope it lives up to what we've been promising you guys."
Yeah, or maybe they just want people to remember because this young generation probably is not real well acquainted with Avatar.
Probably not. I mean, we were barely there. I mean, it was one of those movies just because of where it ended up with the box office hype. I think a lot of us then went to the movies because it wasn't exactly a movie I was looking for until then you start getting that word of mouth, like, "Hey, go check it out." And then
Yeah.
it turned out to be
And I think they were releasing it in 4K Ultra Mega HD Plus or something.
the 15K, like, you know, They have every camera facing at you. Your pulse is they're gonna measure your pulse whenever they're diving. Yeah, it's a lot. Although, I mean, you gotta give it up to, I mean, you can't discredit them for, being so much time apart from sequels because Top Gun Maverick proved us wrong.
Oh, yeah, you know, I didn't think I was gonna like Maverick, but God, they pulled me
Yeah.
in. They pulled me
Yeah.
in.
And that one was further as far as separated from when the
Yeah.
original to this one. So, Avatar definitely has got a lot to look forward to, and we need that release date already because I mean, we keep thinking this is gonna be the year we're gonna get a trailer and nothing ever comes out. So,
Maybe
we'll
they'll
have to
go streaming.
Oh, that'd be great. Hey, HBO Max, you need people to be on your platform. Go ahead and stream those movies.
Yeah, because they're dying.
They're dying quick, man. It's sad to see that though, man, because HBO Max was so promising, and then
Yeah.
it dropped, man.
New ownership, and he was like, "Yeah, no, we're not doing this anymore.
None of that stuff.
We're not forward thinking.
Not
We're
at all.
DC."
We are the opposite. Everything Marvel does great, we're gonna do the opposite. Oh my gosh, guys! If they want to, if they want to check in with you, they want to stay up to date with Zia Comics. How can they get involved? How can they follow you on socials?
We're all over the interwebs, man. We got on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.
That's right. Follow them on the TikTok. I'm on TikTok. Joey on the FM. Follow the Big Show on Instagram, Big Show FM. And of course, you guys can catch us here every Wednesday as we get to nerd out. There's just so much things to cover, man. And I mean, I'm sure we'll be having a Hocus Pocus discussion next week.
Oh yeah,
I'll be watching that movie.
I'm definitely watching it.
Guys, this has been another edition of Zia Comic Weekly. We'll check you guys next week.
Later, nerds.